video is for the Avoiding Plagiarism assignment. First, what you're going to do is click on the Avoiding Plagiarism document with your name on it, and it's going to look like what we see here. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to click right after your name up at the top, and then you're going to add your partner's name. So that way we know that this belongs to both of you. Next, what we're going to do is share it with your partner. So you'll click on the share button up in the top right corner. And then from here, you'll type in your partner's login, which would be first initial, last name, 25. And then you have to do @ which is shift and 2, @HanoverStudents.org. Make sure that you copy the correct spelling and then click on send. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to open up a new tab, and you're going to search for the website that you went on last class. So I can just search about the Freedom Trail, and then I'll get the website that I found last class. So then when I get to the website that I used last class, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy part of a sentence. So if it's a really long sentence, you can just copy part of it. So you're going to put your pointer at the beginning of the sentence and then click one finger and drag the other finger. You might have to drag a couple times like what I'm doing right now. And then once you get what you want copied, highlighted, you hit Control-C on your keyboard. Then you're going to click back over to your work and click where it says copied/pasted sentence in the space underneath. You're going to click and then hit Control-V on your keyboard. Then what you're going to do where it says your version is you are going to type basically this sentence in your own words. So you can say something like, the Freedom Trail is 2.5 miles long, rather than saying that it's a walking trail. It is 2.5 miles long. We can maybe split it into another sentence. We can say the trail is marked by a red brick path. So then what we can do is use the define tool to help put it in our own words. So right now we just kind of split it up a little bit. So for example, let's say we can find another word for path. What you're going to do is you're going to put your pointer on the word path and then 2-finger click on your touchpad. So notice 2 fingers apart like that. And you're going to see define and then the word that you clicked. And then from here, it's going to come up with synonyms. So you can use any of those synonyms. So for example, we can say, instead of a red brick path, we can say a red brick track. So then we can just erase the word path, write the word track. We'll probably want to do that with a few other words. So for example, we use the word trail twice. We can always, do the same thing there. But we want to make sure we change at least one word in each of our sentences. So then next you're going to click back over to your website and find another part of the sentence or another full sentence. So we can say maybe this part of the sentence here, because again, it's a long sentence. So you highlight it, Control-C to copy it, click back over to your work, and then click under the second space under copied pasted sentence and then hit Control-V on your keyboard. So then we can say something like the Freedom Trail. So rather than starting the sentence with established, we can kind of change around the order a bit. We can say something like the Freedom Trail was established, and again, we can change that word in 1958. If you can think of another word that you can use, that's great. But otherwise, do the 2-finger click on the word, choose define, and then instead of established, what we can say is make sure that we are using a verb in this case because it's an action. We can say that it was created. So the Freedom Trail was created in 1958. And again, we can say it is, or maybe we say it has rather than say it is, because they use is. It has museums, churches, meeting houses, burying grounds, a ship, and we can say, and other historical treasures. So again, we're kind of putting it into our own words. And then, whoops, we have a little spelling error right there, so we can just two-finger click on spelling errors together to correct. And then last but not least, we're going to find one other sentence that we want to use. And so here's another one. It says, the Freedom Trail Foundation offers 90-minute walking tours by 18th century costumed guides. So again, we click and drag to highlight it, Control-C to copy it, and then click back over to your work, click in the last space under copied pasted sentence, and hit Control-V on your keyboard. And then from here, we're going to do the same thing. We can say the Freedom Trail Foundation. So again, putting it in our own words. Instead of offers, we can maybe say they give or gives 90-minute tours. Led by 18th century costumed guides. So again, rather than guides, we can say something like employees. So we want to try and put it in our own words. So, and then you could always say, yep, so gives rather than offers, employees rather than guides. Again, you can always two-finger click on a word. So let's say we want to choose a different word for lead. Put your pointer on it, two-finger click, and define. And again, you want to make sure that you find a word that makes sense in that case. And then the last thing that you're going to do, once you make sure that this is in your own words, you're going to click on the Turn In button up at the top. And then from here, what you'll do is click on Turn In. And that's it.